Throughout Elden Ring, we can summon spirits as temporary allies. Their ashes' descriptions contain important pieces of lore, which sometimes provide context to past events. In this video, we'll examine a few interesting cases and posit plausible theories about them. Let's dive in. The assassination of Godwyn the Golden happened on the night of the Black Knives, one of the most significant events in Elden Ring's lore, which shaped much of the game's narrative. In the Evergaol of the Moonlight Altar, we find ringleader Alecto, who led the assassins on that fateful night. Upon defeat, she drops the ashes of her fallen daughter, which provides crucial details about the way things went down. The ashes' description states that they fled the royal capital, and that Tiche was slain while protecting her mother. This crucial piece of information implies a few things. First, it means the murder happened in Leyndell, presumably after they infiltrated the city. Secondly, it also means they were detected and were attacked by guards as they made their escape. Perhaps they became surrounded within the city walls, with patrols actively searching for them. At that point, maybe Tiche acted as a distraction, creating an opportunity for the rest of them to escape. This desperate act presumably worked, allowing the other Black Knives to slip away from the capital unharmed. Curiously, though, one of them seemingly remained in the capital. Maybe she was separated from the others and hid in the city all this time, perhaps awaiting an opportunity to avenge her fallen sister. North of Caelid's Wailing Dunes, we find the war-dead catacombs, where restless spirits wage an eternal battle. There, we find the ashen remains of Ogha, the longest-serving member of the Redmane Knights. This valiant warrior studied gravity magic with Radahn, which surely was a great privilege for a low-born knight. His training likely occurred in Celia, under the same Alabaster Lord who also taught Gaius. Thanks to this apprenticeship, he learned to fire gravity arrows, one of Radahn's signature skills. The circumstances of his death aren't mentioned, though he probably died during the Battle of Ionia, or its rot-infested aftermath. That would explain the location of his ashes, in a place filled with ghosts of Redmanes and clean-rot knights. After the defeat of the fire giants, fire monks were tasked to guard the Flame of Ruin. Over time, they became fascinated by the flame, which led some of them to abandon their duty. One example are the Blackflame monks, who swore fealty to the god-slaying Black Flame. the deadly fire wielded by the Godskins and their fallen leader. First among them was Amon, whose ashes lie in the hidden path to the Haligtree. Considering the fire monk's isolation in the distant north, we're left wondering about his discovery of the Black Flame. The missing link might be the Godskin swaddling cloth, which is located near the fire monk's fort. This means that the glow-eyed queen probably traveled here in the past, which would explain how Amon was recruited. Interestingly, it's implied that he fled the giant's flame out of cowardice. Back then, perhaps joining the Godskins seemed a safer bet than staying in the mountaintops, suggesting that the glow-eyed queen was a force to be reckoned with at the time. During the Crusade in the Land of Shadow, the Order of the Black Knights were the primary force of Messmer's army. Their first commander was named Andreas, a man endowed with great strength who wielded powers of the Crucible. He was a loyal follower of Messmer until the day he learned of his serpentine nature. This realization came as a betrayal, which caused him to rebel against his lord. He made a righteous stand, implying that he confronted Messmer in combat. Andreas was no match for the Forsaken demigod, and ended up imprisoned in the Fog Rift catacombs, where we find his ashen remains. Up until our own duel with Messmer, the Abyssal Serpent was restrained by Marika's seal. So, it remains a mystery how Andreas came to learn about it. Maybe one of the Fire Knights told him about it, as they were aware of Messmer's true nature and had their own disagreements with him. Andreas's son, Captain Huw, was second in command at the time. He also rebelled against Messmer, presumably for the same motive as his father. His description states he was a champion of the divine beast hunt, likely alluding to the purge of the Hornsense dancing lions. Unlike his father, it's said that Messmer mourned his loss, implying they might have been friends prior to his rebellion. His ashes are found in the Scorpion River catacombs, contained in a coffin guarded by a Black Knight. His tomb is decorated with candles and ornaments, alluding that he had Messmer's respect, even after he rebelled. If you enjoy my content, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.